Hey there YouTubers, Chris Dobson here. Today I thought I'd do a video of my Little Miss Best of Men Little Miss Friendship Discover You book. This is a story about friendship. Friends have fun together and feel comfortable with each other. Little Miss Helpful is a kind and caring friend who approaches life with a smile. What do you think makes a good friend? Considering her name, you would imagine that Little Miss Helpful is also a helpful friend. Though, when Little Miss Helpful tries to help, things can often go wrong. Often is a relative word. Like the time when Mr. Happy was ill and she had decided to look after him. But Mr. Happy ended up helping her instead. Do you help your friends when they're in need? When he was well again, Mr. Happy and Little Miss Helpful spent the day at the park, far away from Mr. Happy's kitchen. What do you like doing with your friends? Mr. Happy is glad that Little Miss Helpful is his friend. Having good friends make you happy. A friend can cheer you up when you're sad and keep you company when you are lonely. A good friend likes you and accepts you for who you are. Who has been a good friend to you? Friends can be similar to each other and have lots in common. Like Mr. Happy and Little Miss Sunshine, who share a cheerful approach to life. Or Little Miss Naughty and Mr. Mischief, who create chaos together. While Mr. Grumpy and Little Miss Stubborn both enjoy a good grumble. A good grumble that can turn into an argument. But friends disagree sometimes, and true friends always make up. Do you have friends who are just like you? Friends can also be very different from each other, and yet still enjoy spending time together. You may be surprised to hear that Little Miss Helpful is good friends with Mr. Cool. When he's around, the coolest things happen, sometimes with just a click of his fingers, like the time he flew a jet plane. How cool is that? Little Miss Helpful is probably not the person you'd want to pilot a jet plane, but she loves to hear all about Mr. Cool's adventures. She has the spirit for adventure, even if she doesn't climb the tallest tree in the world or sledge down Mount Everest. Mr. Cool and Little Miss Helpful are good friends who make time for each other. Do you have friends who are different from you? One day, Mr. Cool saw Little Miss Helpful as he was on his way to the skate park. Why don't you join me, said Mr. Cool. It'll be lots of fun. Me on a skateboard, laughed Little Miss Helpful. If only I wasn't so clumsy, then I would. I know things don't always go to plan, smiled Mr. Cool, but we learn from when we make mistakes, and I can teach you. I'd love that, thank you, exclaimed Little Miss Helpful. Now, Little Miss Helpful was right that she wasn't a natural skater. First, Mr. Cool had to teach her how to stand on the skateboard, and Little Miss Helpful was definitely not wearing the right shoes for that. But luckily, Mr. Cool had some spare safety pads and a helmet. The grass was also the safest place to practice. Mr. Cool may be able to do all the skateboarding tricks and flips, but he was also a beginner once, and he was a calm and encouraging friend. Lean forwards and backwards to get a feel for the boards, Mr. Cool. Now keep your back straight and bend your knees. I think I'm getting the hang of this, cried Little Miss Helpful. Shall I go? I'll hold your hands and we'll move together first, replied Mr. Cool. You're doing great. I've got it, exclaimed Little Miss Helpful, but she let go and fell straight off. Oops! Mr. Cool helped her up again, and Little Miss Helpful dusted herself off. I'm fine, but I'm going to change my shoes, smiled Little Miss Helpful, putting on some trainers. I'm impressed by how well you're doing, and look, you're straight back on the board, smiled Mr. Cool. Little Miss Helpful having lots of fun, and she was keen to learn. Have you ever learnt something new with a friend? After some more practice, the friends decided to try skateboarding down a gentle slope, and Little Miss Helpful loved the thrill of going downhill. This is so cool, she cried. Of course, she regularly fell off, but she got straight back on again. I knew you'd love it, and it's so nice to have fun together like this, said Mr. Cool. Why don't you show me some of your coolest moves, asked Little Miss Helpful. And she followed Mr. Cool to the skate park, where he did his best tricks and flips. Wow, you're so cool, cried Little Miss Helpful. Well, that's how I won the skateboarding championship, laughed Mr. Cool. It was quite a day. I wish you could have been there. And that gave Mr. Cool an idea. With a click of his fingers, they were at a freestyle skateboarding contest. Little Miss Helpful wasn't in the audience, though. She was at the top of the ramp about to compete. The roar of the crowd was in her ears, and Little Miss Helpful just went for it. What do you think happened next? Well, as Little Miss Helpful sped down the ramp, she lost control of her skateboard. but as if she was Mr. Cool himself, she managed to catch it in what looked like a new and unusual trick. Mr. Cool cheered and cheered. "You were so cool," he said proudly afterwards. "I've had the best time," exclaimed Little Miss Helpful. "You gave me the confidence to try something new. And I love being part of it with you," said Mr. Cool. "Experiences are more cool when they're enjoyed together." And at that moment, there was an announcement. And the winner of the best new freestyle skater is Little Miss Cool? Little Miss Cool. I wonder if somebody should make a book based on that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. Remember to follow this book for good friendship. Laters!